There was a fake seal on the contract. When everyone signed the contract, no one noticed this detail either. Bauda of the Inner Mongolia gang finally couldn't help it, went to the captain, and requested to return to China, but it was flatly refused. Bauda is a straightforward person, hot-tempered, not as thoughtful and calm as Liu Guiduo. After returning to the crew cabin, Bauda spread the word. He also said that if the captain refused to go back, he would just find a way to go back. Liu Guiduo had been secretly observing Bauda's actions. He thought Bauda was ruthless, so he found the other party to discuss hijacking the ship and returning to China. Liu Guiduo said, "I wrote down the coordinates. I went back. I can successfully return even without a captain." In order to let the other party do it with him, Liu Guiduo also said that he knew a lawyer. After returning, "I will go to the fishing company to file a lawsuit. You can definitely get the money." Bauda heard Liu Guiduo say this and was immediately moved. He also wanted to go back. He didn't want to continue to be deceived by the company. Therefore, he agreed to hijack the ship on the spot. Then the two split up and began to encourage other crew members to join in. Liu Guiduo and Bauda first told the companions of their respective gangs about this, and then he prepared to win over other crew members. It didn't take long. Except for the management on board, all the crew members knew about Liu Guiduo's plan to intercept the ship. Some crew members remained neutral. For example, college student Ma Yuchao. He was terrified of the ship hijacking and didn't want to get involved in this. He said he would calculate the fuel consumption of fishing boats and help everyone return to China. Liu Guiduo took all the 8 people involved in the operation and gathered them together to discuss the interception plan. He had rehearsed countless plans for intercepting ships in his mind. The details of some actions have also been fully considered, like what? The fishing boat must wait until the next time it is full of fuel before acting, to avoid not having enough oil after intercepting the ship and returning to China after intercepting the ship. The communication device must be destroyed immediately to prevent detection by the company. All sharp objects on the ship need to be hidden. Several managers were prohibited from accessing them. Actions cannot be taken too hastily, so as not to startle the snakes with the grass. In fact, this group of people knew nothing about sailing. They decided after deliberation, it is best to keep the captain alive. This allows someone to sail the boat. Liu Guiduo said to everyone, "It is not illegal to kill on the high seas." But he was wrong. High seas homicide retrospective rights are owned by the country of registration of the vessel. It's a pity that everyone doesn't understand. So I was skeptical and let go of my concerns. On the afternoon of June 17th, Lurongyu at number 2682, a port in Peruvian waters, was filled with oil. Liu Guiduo and others felt that the time had come. When the captain falls asleep, he will do it. At 11 p.m., the action officially began. Huang Jinbo went to the kitchen and hid the knife to prevent food from growing. Xiao Qiong supported with a knife. Wang Peng knows some equipment control. He was responsible for shutting down the ship's communication equipment and positioning systems. Jiang Xiaolong and Lu Chengjian guarded the staircase of the captain's room on the 3rd floor to prevent others from forcibly breaking in. Liu Guiduo won the 4 Bauda, Shuangxi, and Dai Fushun. Then he broke into the captain's room on the 3rd floor and firmly controlled the captain, Li Qingquan. After the request to return was rejected, Liu Guiduo took out a knife and stabbed the captain in the thigh. The other 3 people also went up and beat them together. After a while, Captain Li Qingquan was beaten all over his body. Several people tied him up with ropes. Liu Guiduo demanded that Captain Li Qingquan must return home, otherwise, throw him into the sea. Under duress, Li Qingquan could only agree to return. In the deputy council, the 2nd deputy, Wang Yongbua, and the chief pipe wheel, Wang Yanlong, after hearing the movement from the captain's room, wanted to go to the captain's room on the 3rd floor to check the situation. But Jiang Xiaolong was guarded at the entrance of the stairs, and Lu Chengjian stopped them. The 3 realized that the situation was not good, and started persuading each other with kind words, letting the 2 people blocking the way not be impulsive. Liu Guiduo was very angry when he heard about this. He said he wanted to kill the 2 of them first. 2nd Deputy Wang Yongbua saw that the situation was not good, so he immediately compromised and said it would be responsible for starting the ship. Just when Wang Yongbua was collecting hair, the food chief, Xiao Qiong, heard the sound and rushed over. He held a kitchen knife in his hand. As he ran, He shouted that these little cubs still wanted to rob the ship. "I'm going to kill you today." Jiang Xiaolong guarding the staircase. He had a grudge against the food chief, Xia Qiong. Considering that the other party has a knife, he didn't rush forward immediately. Instead, he kept a certain distance from Xia Qiong and scolded each other. Jiang Xiaolong took advantage of Xia Qiong's preparation to go upstairs and stabbed the other party in the back. Xia Qi turned around bravely and grabbed the blade to prepare to fight back. In the midst of the struggle, Lu Qingjian on the side raised the iron rod and hit Xia Qiong's left leg. The other party immediately fell to his knees. Jiang Xiaolong took advantage of the situation to stab Xia Qiong in the chest. Then Liu Guiduo heard the movement. After walking out of the captain's cabin to understand the situation, he took the knife in Jiang Xiaolong's hand. Xia Qiong stabbed his left thigh and buttocks. Then he ordered Jiang Xiaolong and Lu Qingjian, "Throw Xia Qiong's body into the sea." With the death of Xia Qiong, the Grand Federation no longer dared to resist. Captain Li Qingquan has been subdued since he was subdued, and he set a route back to China, preparing to return that night. And it is Wang Peng who is actually at the helm. Because he was worried, Wang Peng stayed with the captain alone. Bao would also watch the two of them in the captain's cabin. Fishing boat companies in China, meanwhile, lost contact with Lurongyu No. 2682. They reported the matter to the China Maritime Search and Rescue Center. International rescue was launched. They contacted the relevant authorities in Peru and Chile to assist in searching. China's Ministry of Agriculture contacted 12 fishing vessels in Chile to assist in searching. The Chilean military also sent patrol aircraft to participate in the search. The fishing company suspected that the fishing boat had been hijacked. However, the Chilean military said the sea area was under military jurisdiction. There are few pirates. The report came just when everyone was at a loss. Half a month after losing contact with Lurong on number 2682, the sea trial satellite finally captured his signal. Originally, at 4 p.m. on July 4th and 6:30 a.m. on July 5th, Liu Guiduo seized the satellite phone in the captain's room. "I called my girlfriend twice, and these two calls were successfully captured. After calling more than 110 times, 4 days later, at 8:30 in the morning, they got in touch with the captain, Li Sungquan. Li Qingquan did not tell the truth on the phone. Instead, it reports that the fishing boat is safe and the communication equipment has failed. That's why I lost contact for so long. And it has now reached the waters off Hawaii and is returning to China." After this, Liu Guiduo cut off the communication equipment again and positioning systems. The fishing boat lost contact with the outside world again. Since the successful interception of the ship, Liu Guiduo has changed into a different person. Just see people gathering together and talking, and he will come forward and ask what they are talking about. He was disgusted by someone whispering behind his back in time. His suspicions are getting worse and worse. A tense and terrifying atmosphere filled the ship. Liu Guiduo took control of the fishing, and strict control measures were taken behind the ship. All oil killer knives were confiscated. The life raft was tied to death by steel bars. All life jackets were also confiscated. Every 4 people are in one class. Strictly supervise the captain, Li Chengquan, first officer Fu Yizhong, and second vice president Wang Yonghua, in case they play tricks. Bao and other members of the Inner Mongolia gang use the baichao on the ship as raw materials. Then use tools such as angle grinders and grinders. Made 9-pointed knives at home. These sharp knives Liu Guiduo 1, Jiang Xiaolong, and Lu Qingjian, Golden Wave, Wang Peng, Bao, Shuangxi, Dai Fushun, and Ding Yuming carried 9 people. These 9 instructors became the new managers on board. Liu Guiduo and Bao each took turns on duty. Bao took Jiang Xiaolong and Dai Fushun to be on duty during the day. Liu Guiduo and Huang Jinbo are happy. Lu Chengjian is on night shift. They each patrolled with knives and sticks to watch over the other crew members. Wang Peng and Ding Yiming acted because they needed to drive a boat. Liu Guiduo and Bao were wary of each other. So this is the way it is. They separated the Heilongjiang gang and the Inner Mongolia gang. This can play a role in containing each other. July 20th, Lurong sailed 2,682 in the waters west of Hawaii. Liu Guiduo suddenly found that the fuel consumption of the ship had increased. It is several times more than usual. It is understood There are large and small fuel engines on fishing boats. Big fuel engines consume fuel. Small fuel engine is fuel-saving. Before that, Liu Guiduo was worried that the fuel on the ship would not be able to survive and return to China. Let the chief engineer in charge of equipment maintenance warm the bucket. Use a small fuel engine. But the window indicates that the small fuel engine is faulty, not available. Combined with the matter of changing the fuel engine, Liu Guide was suspicious. It was the window that deliberately destroyed the equipment on board. Obstruct everyone from returning to China. He found out the window often works with Alfred Wang, Yongbua, Yu Peng, Lu Gang, Shang Wuxi, and others gathered together. Whisper. It seems to be plotting something. Uncle Jun took the informant from Liu Guiduo, said that the 5 were plotting to kill him. I also want my uncle to participate. Liu Guiduo took the news after hearing it. I feel that it is necessary to strike first. There are a total of 8 people in the management. Controlled the 2. 1 person died. There are 5 people left. If no one assists, there is almost no chance of winning by killing 5 people. Liu Guiduo went to Bao Da for help. After Bao Da understood the situation, he agreed with Liu Guiduo's suggestion. Their plan is, first, warm the bucket. When me, Wang Yongbua, Yu Peng, Lu Gang, and Jiang Shutao 6 people killed. The reason is that Liu Guiduo feels it. These people are usually very close to Wendo and threatened him. Bao Da won over the neutral Feng Xinyan again, and Merlin wins. Because the 2 of them were very close to Yu Peng and Wang Yongbua, but not close to Wendo. That night, the action begins. Liu Guiduo used a tweeter to play music as a demonstration. Liu Guiduo took the lead and let Wang Pengmei Linxing hold a knife in the cab, watching over the captain Li Chengquan and the first mate Fu Yizhou. After that, Huang Jinbo used the stomping device as an excuse that it was broken. Trick the window out of his quadruple crew cabin. Take to the cab. Just as the window was about to walk to the cab, Bao Da suddenly appeared. He stabbed behind the window. This knife is extremely powerful. The sharp knife runs through the entire body. Wendo endured the severe pain, staggered downstairs by the handrail of the stairs. But Lu Qingjian was rushed over. The golden wave, Jiang Xiaolong, intercepted 3 people. They stabbed Wendo indiscriminately. After Wendo fell, several people threw him into the sea. After that, Bao Da and others. He rushed into the crew cabin of the quadruple room where Wenmi was. Huang Jinbo, after controlling Wang Yanlong. The other few people stabbed Wenmi on the bed. After Wenmi's death, Shuangxi and Dai Fushun threw her into the sea. Bao Da and others came to the door of the crew cabin of the 12-person room. Subsequently, Lu Chengjian called Yu Peng. After Yu Peng's name came out, Bao Da, Lu Chengjian, Feng Xinyan, and Yu Peng stabbed fiercely. Yu Peng fought hard to resist. After escaping, he chose to jump into the sea. After killing Yu Peng, Lu Qingjian once again entered the crew cabin of the 12-person cabin. At this time, Lu Gang woke up from his sleep. Lu Chengjian called Lu Gang out. Lu Gang didn't know what was going on. He came out in a daze. As a result, he was stabbed to the ground by the golden wave, Feng Qingyan. Lu Gang was also thrown into the sea. At this time, Wang Yongbua was completely unaware of what had just happened. He was also asleep in the crew cabin of the 12-person cabin. Bao Da and Lu Qingjian entered the crew cabin and stabbed Wang Yongbua. Wang Yongbua woke up in pain and wanted to grab the knife. But it is not reachable. The whole person fell to the ground. At this time, Liu Guiduo also entered the crew cabin. He stabbed Wang Yongbua on the ground several times, until the other party doesn't respond. Wang Yongbua was also thrown into the sea. In the early hours of the morning, the killing continues. Liu Guiduo won the golden wave, Shuangxi, and Dai Fushun stabbed Jiang Shutao in the right sage corridor, and throw the wounded into the sea. During this period, they suddenly thought, maybe rob a sum of money first, kill people again. So Liu Guiduo won the golden wave, called Chun Guojun onto the 1,000 deck of the fishing boat, and asked him for a bank card. Chun Guojun did not hand over his bank card. Then he was pushed into the sea by Liu Guiduo. After dawn, Liu Guiduo and others found out Ma Yuchao's bed was empty. They searched the boat for 3 times and did not find him. But there was no shortage of life jackets on the ship. Ma Yuchao's things are also in the crew cabin. According to Duan Zhifeng in the same crew cabin, Ma Yuchao was frightened by what happened last night. Mental breakdown. Don't dare to stay in the crew cabin. After understanding the situation, Liu Guiduo and others judged that Ma Yuchao may not be able to stand the psychological pressure, jumped into the sea by himself. Liu Guiduo found Mei Linqing and Wang Peng, and give each person a sharp knife. Let them ask Bo Fujian for a bank card. The reason why Liu Guiduo came to them. It is these two people who have no murder in their hands. I want them to be stained with blood. Mei Linqing and Wang Peng at Liu Guiduo's request. I dare not disobey. The two called Bo Fujian to the aft deck. Asked for a bank card. To no avail, he stabbed him. Let them bleed to death. After killing my uncle's army, Liu Guiduo was captured in the afternoon of the same day. He also instructed Feng Xinyan, Mei Linqing, and Wang Peng. Call Wu Guozhi to the aft deck of the fishing boat. Wu Guozhi, who was heavily in debt, couldn't come up with money at all. He was then forced to jump into the sea. Liu Guiduo and others can be described as readied. This frenzied killing action. It lasted from late night on July 20th to the afternoon of the next day. As a result, 9 people were killed. 1 person is missing, plus Xia Qiyong, the food chief who was killed before. A total of 11 people disappeared from the ship. Now there are 22 people left on board. In the Dalian gang, there is still the captain, Li Chengquan left. Fu Yizhong, Duan Zhifeng, and Cui Yong. Cui Yong went to Jiang Xiaolong out of fear. He expressed his desire to join Liu Guiduo's Heilongjiang gang. Jiang Xiaolong, who already has a murder case in his hands. I don't want Cui Yong to join. He does not believe that it is illegal to kill on the high seas. And he couldn't turn back. But Cui Yong is different. He is innocent. For this kindness, Cui Yong said that if he was not allowed to join, he may never go back. Cui Yong directly found Liu Guiduo. Indicates that they want to join. Liu Guiduo did not agree. There was no refusal either. He turned around and left. Only one sentence is left for the road ahead. He didn't know how to go. At this time, Liu Guiduo knew clearly. He was the mastermind of the whole incident. It is no longer possible to return to China safely. His plan was to flee to Japan. Liu Guiduo reassured other accomplices and said, he has a good friend in Japan. The other party can help them enter the country with a false status. 2 days later, Liu Guiduo gathered the rest of the crew on deck. He asked everyone to call their homes on satellite phones. He asked his family for $5,000 on the grounds that he was sick. This money was asked to hit Liu Guiduo's girlfriend's bank card. Liu Guiduo declared, this is the cost of helping everyone escape to Japan. The family conditions of the crew are not good. Otherwise, they wouldn't risk going to sea to earn money. So many people expressed their opposition. But under Liu Guiduo's threat, they had to call their families to ask for money. After receiving the call, some crew members' families received the call. Immediately became suspicious. For example, Song Guochuan's wife. She was skeptical about her husband's reason for asking for money for medical treatment. But because her husband's tone seemed very anxious, so she went to send the money. Later, due to an account error, no money transfer was successful. Through this incident, some people began to treat Liu Guiduo. Doubts arose. The money was all sent to Liu Guiduo's girlfriend's card. Everyone didn't believe it. Liu Guiduo will really put the money. Used for everyone's escape. Liu Guiduo seized the lock money. It also aroused the dissatisfaction of the Inner Mongolia gang. They began to plot secretly. Overthrow Liu Guiduo's control of the fishing boat. July 24th, Bauda quietly found the golden wave. And provoked the way Liu Guiduo planned. Only 2 or 3 Heilongjiang fellows were brought to Japan. The rest are all killed. The golden wave is not simple. He deliberately held Bauda steady. It is said that Liu Guiduo is ruthless and unjust. Even I have to call my family to ask for money. I join you. But Bod made a fatal mistake. He mistakenly thought so. Liu Guiduo's cronies, Huang Jinbo, can be co-opted. This golden wave is from Inner Mongolia. With the Inner Mongolia gangs Bauda Shuangshi Dai, Fushan Bao Baoqing. Both are Mongolian. So Bauda wanted to win over Huang Jinbo to become his companion. Although Huang Jinbo is from Inner Mongolia, but he cares more about his friendship with Liu Guiduo. So Huang Jinbo turned around and told the matter. He sued Liu Guiduo. Due to the informant of the golden wave, Liu Guiduo was ready to do it immediately. In order to have greater confidence, Bauda and others were killed. Liu Guiduo took the initiative to find the captain Li Chengquan and threatened to get involved. In order to increase the captain's hatred for Bauda, Liu Guiduo also lied. The second deputy, Wang Yonghua, was killed by Bao De. It can be said that it has exhausted all its efforts. Li Chengquan and Wang Yongbua have been friends for decades. It was Li Chengquan who personally invited him. Wang Yongbua went to sea together. At the time of the killing, both the captain and first mate were kept in the wheelhouse. Music was playing loudly on board. They didn't know what was going on. Later, when Li Chengquan went to the toilet, he saw blood, only to find that Wang Yongbua and others were gone. It was only later that they learned that they had been killed, but I don't know who did it. After mistakenly thinking that Wang Yongbua was killed by Bao De, the angry Li Chengquan immediately agreed to participate. Kill Bao De and others. Liu Guiduo found Chui Yong and give him a knife. Return it to the crew cabin as a decoy. Then let the captain Li Chengquan pretend to kill Chui Yong. Perform a play for the Inner Mongolia gang. Because I was worried about the two newcomers who had just joined, Liu Guiduo ordered Huang Jinbo and Liu Chengjian ambush in a hidden location. Play it by ear. That night, Liu Guiduo took over. Go alone to the crew cabin where Bod and the others are. He told Bod that the captain was going to join us. But to join us, we must see blood. He has to kill someone. So I asked the captain to kill Chui Yong. But now you need to lend your sharp knife to the captain for a while. After that, you need your help to trick Chui Yong out, so that the captain killed Chui Yong. Bao De agreed to Liu Guiduo's proposal. He handed over the sharp knife. Then follow him to the deck. After seeing the captain on deck, Bao De turned around and prepared to go to Chui Yong. But he just turned around. He was stabbed by the captain. Then Chui Yong also appeared on the deck. He also stabbed Bao De. Liu Guiduo took Huang Jinbo and Liu Chengjian to assassinate Bao De. Then, the seriously injured Bao De was forced to jump into the sea. After Bao De's death, Liu Guiduo is a life-threatening person. The remaining 3 members of the Inner Mongolia gang, and the 2 people who were good friends with him coaxed out one by one. Qiu Ronghua and Shangguoshi were forced to jump into the sea. Shuangshi and Dai Fushun were stabbed with knives. Was thrown into the sea by Liu Guiduo and others. In the end, Bao Baoqing was also forced to jump into the sea. At this time, Lurong still had 16 people left on number 2682. Liu Guiduo after solving the Inner Mongolia gang. It also seems to be tired of killing. He took everyone's knives. He said he didn't want to kill anyone. But everyone no longer believes in him. Just want to escape from his clutches. 4 a.m. the next day, the engine room of the fishing boat suddenly entered the water and lost power. The hull is tilted as a whole. The people on the boat found it after checking. The main valve at the bottom of the ship was opened. And those who know this switch. Only the big pipe wheel, Wang Yuanlong. But after they searched on the boat, Wang Yuanlong was nowhere to be seen. It is speculated that he has jumped into the sea on his own. Liu Guiduo urgently commanded everyone. The water from the boat was pumped out. But the water enters too quickly. The pump alone is too late to drain the water. Liu Guiduo ordered everyone again. Tie together things that can float on the sea. Make a raft. Place the food on top. In case the boat fails. You can also use a raft to hold out for a while. Liu Guiduo ordered the captain to turn on the communication equipment. Send a distress signal outward. Liu Guiduo hoped that rescuers would arrive as soon as possible. He didn't want to be buried in the cold sea yet. Everyone worked together to make the raft. Everyone is ready to put some food on it. But right now, wealthy and righteous Song Guochun, Gong Shuejuan, and Ding Yuming, life jackets have been put on, jumped on the raft. The 4 of them cut the rope tied to the raft quickly. Stay away from fishing boats quickly. The crew reacted and began to exclaim. Liu Guiduo heard the sound and rushed over. He watched the raft of the 4 people drift away. He sat on the deck with blank eyes. Just when everyone is desperate, the fishing boat stopped sinking. It was found after investigation. It turned out that only the cabin had water. The ship can't sink or move. It can only drift with the ocean current. When the distress signal was sent just now, indicates that there are 15 people on board. And now 4 people have run. Only 11 people remained. Liu Guiduo took the proposal from the crowd. It is about to kill. All blame was placed on the 4 people who escaped. Clear your suspicions. At this moment, everyone found out. The raft just now. It floated back with the sea breeze and ocean currents. Liu Guiduo ordered everyone to pick up the iron pendant for squid fishing. Slammed towards the 4 people on the raft. During the reconsideration, Gong Shuejuan and Song Guochun jumped into the sea. Ding Yuming was the only one left on the raft. Jiang Xiaolong saw this. He took a harpoon and jumped onto the raft. Ding Yuming also jumped into the sea after being injured. The four of them are constantly struggling in the sea. Among them, Fu Yizhong, Gong Xuejuan, and Ding Yiming hugged each other. As a result of the injuries on the three people, the smell of blood attracted sharks. Song Guochun on the side was frightened. He swam desperately towards the raft again. He wept bitterly, asked Liu Guiduo to spare his life. In the end, Liu Guiduo gave way to Huang Jinbo and Duan Jifeng. Pull Song Guochun on board. After this, Captain Li Chengquan said to Liu Guiduo, there were also Duan Jifeng and Xiang Lishan on board. Never killed. Then the two were at Liu Guiduo's request. Forcibly took off Song Guochuan's life jacket and tied him up and threw him into the sea. After experiencing this round of massacre, the number of people on board was reduced from 33 at the time of departure to 11. Unable to sail due to engine failure, they can only wait for rescue. And how to fabricate lies to clear the crime. It has become something that Liu Guiduo and others have to solve. That morning, Liu Guiduo and Li Chengquan organized a crew meeting and asked Huang Jinbo to write down a unified confession, then let the crew take turns reciting it. After that, everyone put the front and back of the fishing boat, washed several times inside and out. In 2011, Super Typhoon Meihua swept through the western Pacific Ocean. Rescue ships could not arrive quickly. On July 29th, the Chinese Fishery Administration ship arrived and towed Lurongyu 2682 back. Rongqing City also sent 2 high-horsepower fishing boats. Meanwhile, go and answer. August 12th, Lurong successfully towed back to Sherdao Port Wharf on number 2682. A bus and an ambulance were parked on the shore. 11 people on board were taken away by armed police. Then more than a dozen police cars came. Then each of the 11 people got into a police car, was taken to the police station for separate questioning. Although these people had unified their confessions before that. But after all, they are all fabricated lies. For some details, each of them said something different. In addition, the police passed the lumino test. A large number of fluorescence reactions were found in the cabin bloodstain. It is in the form of splashing, pouring, wiping, etc. DNA results show the traces match the missing crew members. After this, a few of the 11 people really couldn't justify themselves. He simply confessed all the facts. More than a year later, November 2012, the case was heard in the Weihai Intermediate People's Court. 8 months after the case was tried, the court made a verdict. Defendant Liu Guiduo seized Jiang Xiaolong's Liu Chengjian Golden Wave. He was guilty of intentional homicide and hijacking of a ship. Sentenced to death. Defendant Li Chengquan was guilty of intentional homicide. Sentenced to death. Defendant Wang Peng was guilty of intentional homicide. Sentenced to death. The implementation was suspended for 2 years. Defendant Feng Xinyan was guilty of intentional homicide. He was sentenced to life imprisonment. Defendant Mei Linsheng, Chui Yong, was guilty of intentional homicide. He was sentenced to 15 years in prison. The defendant Xiang Tadiyama was guilty of intentional homicide and theft. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison and a fine of 10,000 renminbi. Defendant Duan Jifeng was guilty of intentional homicide. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison. At this point, the Lurongyu No. 2682 tragedy came to an end. Before sailing, Master Yan, the head of the food team, and Wang Shubin, another crew member, at the last moment of sailing, chose disembarkation, thus escaping. It is worth pondering why ordinary people on board became heinous murderers. Why did Master Yan shout to kill people? And why did a good boat, before setting sail, inexplicably go through a major overhaul? These strange things that happened undoubtedly add a touch of mystery to Lurong No. 2682.